Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Brill. You've seen their spots. You know that if you call them, they will come to you. But also, anytime you call them with a question, you will have that question answered by an attorney, not an assistant, not a paralegal, but by an attorney. You get top quality advice and information when you call the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Brill. All right. I want to thank everybody for being a part of the show today. Gene Patterson, John Wilkerson, Bob Hodge. Especially want to say thanks to Jim Wogan, who I have known since 2001 in one form or another. And in 2003, when we launched this show in a small studio in Seymour, Tennessee, up in Sevier County, you drove all the way up there for $25 to do the show. That's $25 more than I'm paying him today, by the way. But the great thing about Jim is in this business, there are a lot of egos. I mean, you're running a lot of jerks like me. And Jim's just not that kind of guy. Jim's not that kind of guy. And the fact that you never hear anybody have anything bad to say about Jim Wogan is a real testament. And one other thing, that you'll blow this off because I know you, but when you think back of all the kids that have been featured on Friday Night Hits, all the boys and girls basketball players that have been seen, not only do you have families with videotapes that now have that to hold on to, those folks are someday going to be parents, and they're going to be able to say, that was me. That's a pretty good legacy to leave behind, my friend.
John, I've seen what bringing back old videotape does. But this was the type of thing I was hoping to avoid.
I know that.
As I was leaving, but I want to tell you how grateful I am to you for allowing me the opportunity to kind of share some thoughts, and I can't thank you enough. I've worked with Bob on a number of occasions. I've worked with John over at UT, both at UT and also on radio, and I've worked with this guy for so many years, and clearly one of the high points of the day is in my career is coming into work with Gene Patterson. I really, really mean that. I not only count him as a coworker, but as a great friend, and I've learned a lot from him too. As long as I've been here, I still learn from him, and it's just been a great privilege to be here. It really has.
Tell folks, about 30 seconds or so, tell folks where you're going to be going.
I will be on July 7th taking over as the communications director at the Diocese of Knoxville. The bishop called back in December. One of his representatives did. I met with the bishop in January. I explained to the bishop why this might not be a good idea, and that I may have to brush up on my vocabulary skills just a little bit, having worked in television for as long as I have. But he didn't seem too concerned, and I can tell you that I'm very happy to be making this move.
Does this mean I'm going to have to start a Pope source to get you back over here? That's the only way we can get you back over here. Jim Wogan, thank you very much. You're a good friend. I appreciate you being here. Thanks to all you guys. Folks, stick around, because coming up next year on Channel 6, Tennessee This Week, and it'll be interesting to see if Gene's wearing that same tie.
It will indeed.
It's not like any of these shows are ever taped. That's not something we do around here. But again, thanks for joining us. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mother. And we'll see all of you right back here next Sunday for the Sports Source. Appreciate you being with us.
The views expressed in this forum do not necessarily reflect those of WATE 6 or of 6 Sports. This has been a paid program.